invited to the closed qualifiers because they they should have been there already. And they had a longer break, so more to innovate. And I think that bulletproof camera strategy is something they have been working with, just unfortunately didn't really show yet.
Nah, indeed. But I do think that Secret, obviously, they've gone from almost having nothing to really coming back from that, like keeping their EUL spot and now potentially qualifying for 6 Invitationals. I mean, that's a huge boost to your mental as well as maybe to your playstyle. So, I mean, I predicted 2-1 for Secret, I think it was. So this is a really good start to begin with. But we're just now getting into the second map. This time, no knock ban. Another interesting ban coming out from Vitality. We see the Ying ban.
Yeah, not that the last map has given us any information that a Ying would be used. We did see some flashbangs, so they might know something that we are currently unaware of. The Clash also being removed, so that is also a ban that I wouldn't know like what in the last map showed us that Secret was going to be using a shield or anything like that. But it is there. Maybe use them past VODs. Maybe they have some other information on the side of Team Secret that will force them to go for it. And a mirror ban coming out as well. So that is, I would say, it's starting to get less usual, but it's still out there. So
a really interesting thing, the Valkyrie is left open to play.
Yeah, that's true.
On a map like Villa with a lot of clutter, you can easily hide chems in.
But there is a lot of default spots the cameras do get hidden in. And there's always still the opportunity for you to go for a IQ pick in case the Valkyrie does get shown, which in this case it does. 6-pick phase is coming in now, but the Valkyrie already revealed to the enemy team. And the 6-pick is not coming through. Oh, the ace is actually going, but so is the Valkyrie to a mute. I like the Dokkaebi pick, actually.
But they're trying to bait the IQ pick, potentially.
They might be baiting it indeed, but I actually like the Dokkaebi pick that they wanted to use, because they're like, well, we could also IQ it, but if we kill someone and we hack the cameras, we have those cameras for ourselves. Which of course is a nice little bit of utility to have available to you here on a map like Villa. Especially if you're on the attack, it would always be great if you have that extra information. But not now. No Valkyrie, at least as of yet. Won't see it in any of the future rounds to come through. As the IQ not baited out successfully. Still a very great gun at G8, but no grenades, for example. There's a lot of people telling us, or telling people in general, like, hey, should we give the grenades back? Because suddenly IQ will then be a 100% pick rate again. And they're like, I think no.
No, there's a lot of maps that are being played often, like Chalet and Villa and Bank, that have a lot of soft walls and floors.
Yeah.
That you can get rid of a lot of utility with. So I doubt if you do that, IQ might be too much of a strong factor in the current game.
It could potentially be. I mean, she's had it for a while. Even Thermite had the frag grenades for a while. It's just one of those sets that does get juggled around between all these single operators as it's a full-on execute to come through here on the side of Vitality. Managed to take quite a bit of control, actually, but 2-on-2 is currently the score. It's Kendrew that did secure the 90 staircase, and Keenan that is still around on the vault. Now Vitality need to slow it down. They brought it back to that 2-on-2 with 50 seconds just gone on that clock, which is quite quick. And now all they need to do is just isolate these two players on the side of Team Secret.
Yes, but the opportunities are so much bigger if you have the diffuser, and it's looking like they dropped the diffuser just into the side. Keenan's got great visibility of where the diffuser is, so getting to retake that for the players of Vitality might be very difficult, especially if they also need to get rid of some utility before they even have some access to the site. Got rid of the Surya Gate with a flashbang, so there might be some sound indication to the players of Secret of where these players might be pushing from. They're using a RC Rotero charge to open up the wall here towards Bar, putting Kendrew under some more pressure. I think another RC Rotero charge is now sent in to spot his position. He's got a good gun with a high fire rate, though, to stop players from pushing in those angles that he has. And he's got a C4, so this is definitely a threat shown to P4 by pulling out that C4 right there. The P4 needs to be very careful if he wants to contest the control that Kendrew has.
Yeah, he just quickly ripped that Nitro to let them know, like, hey, I might have it in my hand now. You won't know until you drone me out. I could toss it through at any given moment, and as there is going to be another RC to come through. I believe Kendrick actually will be able to take care of it in the end there, trying to swing around it. P4 did, but he failed to do so. Now they decide to go for a little bit of a different take. Instead, maybe we need to take control of that fault. And as a ping does come through, it seems like they are aware of pre-fire as well. Keenan knows that he is vulnerable, though, from 2 different angles, and he needs to make sure that that does not come through in the end. It's going to be a PC utility destroyed with that RC Retiro. That is going to be giving them a little bit more freedom here on the side of the attack. And as they try and recover that diffuser, Shinka is trying to hold off on a different kind of angle as well. And flashbangs are being tossed in. They want to pick up the box, actually, and go deep. And well, that is exactly what they're trying to do. Get right behind the fall hatch. That's going to be the first kill inbound for Vitality. Keenan, the one that's slapped inside the vault, needs to go through the door. Instead, the kills are attempted by Vitality, and successfully so. P4 gets it and locks out the round in the end. So what started out as a very quick one here for Vitality, 50 seconds in, and they managed to bring it back to a 2-on-2. It turned out to be quite a long round in the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you don't have the diffuser in control and you want to isolate those last 2 players on the side of Secret, you're gonna take your time, gonna take your utility to see where these players are and definitely talk about what the best entry point might be that you'll take for this execute. And I think just straight up sending it onto the site was the best pick for Vitality. They're doing what Secret did in their first few rounds on Bank. They're winning their gunfights. And most specifically, P4, in this matter, just walked in onto the side after using his flashbangs towards the vault, kind of denying a line of sight there that Keenan constantly had onto the Aviator study door. So he's able to go into the site, pick up that diffuser, didn't even need to plan, because he just won his gunfights against those players. So 3 kills for him so far. We're already in that first round, and well, the round could have potentially gone a little bit more in the favor of Secret. There was a Vulcan shield onto the side, which really caught the players of Vitality that were rushing there off guard. So yeah, just having that diffuser on site, having those last 2 players with pretty decent guns to hold off control, well, it didn't really work out in their favor.
Not in the end, indeed. I think the flashbang was truly key there. That stops the player inside of the vault from swinging you if you are heading in deep. And P4 had themselves an opportunity. Could either go for the plant right behind the vault door, considering he killed the player inside of the bar already, and would have hoped that his teammate would have had the cover if he would have get swung, but instead they just went for the kills together, and that worked out just as well. Maybe even was the safer option out there with the way that these 2 were located at that time. Now, Vitality started off strong, as you just mentioned. Let's see if they can continue it strong, as I mean, you can almost say it was a bit of a scare on the side of Secret that it went that quickly wrong that quick. That is going to be an RC. Is that from below?
Nope, that's on this side, but it was in the floor. Or
I was going to say, did it go from below? But no, it's actually coming in from the study indeed. So now the rounds does slow down a little bit more. It might be in favor of the side of Secret if they can go back to their usual kind of playstyle.
Ooh, that's Biwa though, taking the first kill onto Gomfy. On those main stairs, Gomfy went a little bit maybe too aggressive. Huge damage being not onto Packwool, but not enough to kill him just there with that grenade. Downstairs being used by Rai. Shinko also taking some damage, but there's 2 players on the side of Secret that find themselves on lower HP. Packwool certainly on a lot lower HP, and he was trying to hold vertical lines of sight, but couldn't really do much from there on. A lot of players taking damage in the meantime, but Shinka and P4 to come out victorious. Keenan with the refrag onto P4 straight away here, but only 2 players on the side of Secret remaining. 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. Phone call coming out from the Dokkaebi as well, giving away the positions of the Secret players. And not looking to get an easy pick, but also getting some bullets back once they start shooting in the attackers' positions.
Yeah, now they know one is right behind the bar and one is near the vault, so literally the same setup as they had the last time around. Keenan, the last man standing currently. Diffuser still in hands of Shinka as Bibu does get injured. Cactus does take a small amount of damage, but it's still a 3-on-1 situation actively. Especially with the smoke grenade being pulled in right next to the vault door. There's nothing he can do from this angle currently. The pickup does come through. Bibu is back alive into the gunfight there. An impact grenade gets tossed out and Shinka takes a small amount of damage, but it's not going to be enough to actually shut him out. The smoke grenade fades and the first kill does come through, but the second one will not be, as Bibu, the man who got revived, is going to be able to lock it off there, and that's going to be a 2-0 for Vitality. Really ripping apart the Aviator Games bomb sites here in these last 2 rounds. With quite some quick fashion as well, so they're looking to push us quickly to a map number 3 instead of giving Secret the opportunity of getting into the game. Now, Secret did use their tactical timeout last map. Doesn't mean they don't have one now. You get 1 per map, and surely it will be coming back if they feel like it's necessary. And that could be after round 3, that could be after round 4. It really depends on how well Vitality plays currently.
Yeah, and Secret went to repick Aviator after they just got rushed on that side. And you're thinking in that matter, like, do you repick the side because you feel like something went wrong on it? Or do you feel like you might have an improvement on that side? Or do you pick it because the attackers completely got you off guard and they might not attempt a second rush that other time? So
it's definitely that last one, right? Like,
yeah.
they rushed it. There's no way that they're going to be rushing it twice in a row. Like, and you will be ready for that as well. Someone will be watching that doorway next time if you're coming back to that side to stop a potential rush from happening, right? So you never really had the opportunity to truly test your defense, and now they have. And it got completely picked apart. And Vitality are now going to have to do that on a very different side. There is going to be a small amount of roaming going on. P4, however, did spot out that Sleben is currently downstairs, blocking off these doors. As he walks out further to put down some extra barbed wire, P4 has a very good drone inside of the kitchen there to provide quite a bit of information. It could be proving useful as the round progresses into those later stages, and while Sleben might still be down there.
Yeah, Sleben is in a pivotal position because in the previous round as well, we saw Ryze being very effective with nades from underneath. Not really getting a kill just yet, but just doing a lot of damage on the players of Secret. Bibu once again really quick.
No way. He didn't hear that. They didn't hear the Banshee. The Banshee just went off and Bibu was about to go in. He's not going to be able to pick up the double kill, however, but the rest of Vitality is coming in quite close as well. Comfy picks up the kill onto P4. There is an injury onto Ryze. This time it backfired completely here. Secret able to retaliate the potion. Now Shinka and Cactus, the only 2 members left for Ryze, out of reach currently, needing to get someone in a position where they could pick him up.
That's going to cost time for sure. Having to go to Ryze to pick him up, he's now been picked up in the process, but that does take time. And well, where you had a really aggressive and quick start to the round, that isn't really happening just now. Positive thing for Vitality though, they picked up the smoke. I think if you look at the defenders on the board, that's probably the opportunity you want to pick off the most, because smoke can assist later on into the round. When you struggle to take control because you only have 3 players left, will not be that detrimental anymore. So that will now onto the cam duty. We'll give some information of where the players of Vitality are. We have not seen the Valkyrie yet. She's open, she's able to be picked, but no information coming out for that matter. We do not see bulletproof cameras either, so they'll just have to work off these standard and default cameras. And Cactus is holding an interesting line of sight, waiting for players to rotate through landing, but no one's really contested him so far.
But the issue there is that Bibu went in quite quick, was able to pick up that very first, but missed, of course, Gomfi as he was just finishing that setup. And there was no Vitality members right behind him to go for that trade onto the direct site. Now, they had fights elsewhere. They had their skirmishes on different parts of the map, which unfortunately did not go their way. And that leaves us in that 3 and 4 situation. It's not the end of all, especially not when Ryze picks up yet another kill. The Banshee does get disabled. Kendrew playing in a very close angle right here will be given away, but a call that comes out from the Dokkaebi. And as the swing comes in, it's the kill that comes as well. Kendrew is going to be able to shut him out as the phone continues to ring. And Shinka takes a small amount of damage. They need to find a kill on either the A or the B bomb site if they want to go for a plant later on.
Exactly. Shinka now on an off angle, waiting for Kendra to go for another one of those peeks that he used to do before. But just as Kendra was looking to go for a peek, Shinka actually hops off the desk. So this is now being used to deny line of sight, coming all the way from landing, and he picks up 1 kill onto Kendra. That doesn't enter the side. Shinka with a kill onto Sleben here. So it's a 2v1 situation. Keenan needs to find 2 kills and stop Cactus from going to the diffuser. And it goes out for the C4. C4 being not far enough.
Double kill!
It is far enough. Gets double kill with the C4 on the diffuser and the player protecting the diffuser. So that is the first round for Secret.
There we go. The C4 just landed in the right place to lock off the round for Team Secret there, but it looked like it could have been Vitality picking up their very 3rd, especially as it was that 1v2. I was wondering, where is Keenan? Where is he currently stationed? He has the Nitro. He could be going from below or he could be coming in from the back, but instead just tosses that Nitro over, manages to escape with his life as the fire comes back from the side of Shinka. And blows it up right in time to stop them from having the opportunity of shooting out that Nitro. And that leaves Secret with a round on the board. But you have to say it wasn't quite convincingly. I mean, they stopped the rush. Yes, they managed to do that. However, after that, it was allowing Vitality to go for these gunfights, allowing them to pick them up one by one. Shinka, that double kill, should have locked out the round for them if it was any other player, if it was Keenan that got picked up there instead. But that Nitro, just in reach.
Exactly. I thought it wasn't going to be far enough, but it was literally on the perfect spot to kill the both remaining players of Vitality there. So that means that Secret's now won a bomb site, so they can either go back to Aviator or pick any of the two other bomb sites on the map. Their site of choice will be Kitchen. This means that the site allows them to roam upstairs a little bit. This time, however, they're bringing the Capcom. I think that's an interesting one, considering we've seen the players of Vitality attempt rushes 2 out of the 3 times so far, and well, those rushes have been quite successful, you'd say. The first round they actually managed to close it out, and like you said, if it wouldn't have been for Keenan being alive for the last one on Secret, it probably wouldn't have been a successful round as well. So just the fact that the Capcom is now there to stop them from taking control quite quickly. I mean, we see P4 right next to the site already. Not even half a minute into the round, but there's a Syria gate, so can't really access the site.
No, you definitely can, but there's going to be some utility that could use to try and lock that out as the RC Retiro is coming in. There is also some support from a Selma charge that will open up, and certainly the Kitchen is seeming to be the first strike zone. Rotations are coming around, however. Want to open up on the laundry area as well. And rightfully so, they need to get the control. My question here is, how much verticality is there on the side of Team Secret? Because as there is 2 people, 3 people currently off the site, how are they planning to retake it once Keenan falls? He is the only man out there currently. If he is the one to be picked up, it seems like a free plant could be in place. As the Syria laser gate just gets burned right now, we could potentially see a very quick push to come in.
It's a very horizontal take coming out from Secret. We see one of the players above, but apart from that, all the players need to come back from the living room area. Cactus now walks in, but that's the Capcom trap coming into the play. Now Cactus is injured. That will give some kind of a sound cue, and Rise has to pick him back up. Obviously, when you have your planter on Cactus, the support player on lower HP, isn't necessarily ideal, but the Capcom traps are working out. The adaptation that's coming in from Secret is working out in their favor, but just not enough to actually kill the player.
Not quite yet, but as they are about to open up right here, it's a Nitro deck went over, but it's not going to be able to get the kill. It's that injured, that is going to be quite crucial, but the kill still comes in. Cactus wins the gunfight, and this means there is that opportunity to go for the plant. However, Sleben has retaken that position. He's in that position now where he can stop a plant from happening as the rest is slowly starting to come back around, but Rice just shuts him down. Packbull is now the man that needs to live. Packbull is now the man that needs to stop the plant, and as a smoke canister does get used, it slows Cactus down just slightly. 45 seconds on the clock. Comfy gets a very first. That's Bibu locked out, but he instantly gets traded out as well as Rice. Now continuing to push. Doesn't spot out the head, but goes for a bunch of a pre-fire there. Fails to hit the shots. Is going to be able to be traded out. However, Cactus with yet another one. He's on such low HP, but continues to manage to wreak havoc on the side of Team Secret. And Kendru now inside of China. The last man standing right here for Team Secret needs to make sure that this plan does not happen. The Nitro gets popped to give some distraction out there, but as he returns fire, it is 9/19. His position is given away. The plant goes through. They know there is no more Nitro. There is no more utility they can use to shut it down, and Shinka gets that very final kill. And what started out to be a potential push turned out to be a consistent stream of traits that come through in favor of Vitality, allowing them to eventually take the kitchen and go for the plant.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, they had that wall open. That was a really good entry point for them right onto the site. And as you said, your concern was that the players of Secret weren't necessarily onto the site. They got back, but unfortunately when we found Kendru in the 1v2 situation, he didn't have a C4 anymore, couldn't stop the plant that was happening behind the table from his point of view. So very unfortunate situation there. Also quite impressive that Cactus on that low HP still managed to win the gunfight of a swinging Keenan right to that laundry door, but Cactus still managed to win that out. Also, these very important factors to them eventually winning out this round. Now, Vitality in their attack in half find themselves on a 3-1 round advantage. That is quite solid if you would say so. Shinka going 6-1.
Yeah.
Solid performance so far. And if you look at the other hand, Sleben is not really having a good map so far.
No, he definitely isn't really. Got picked up quite unfortunate a couple of times. And I think Cactus actually managed to pick up 2, maybe even 3 kills with that 20 HP on the side of Vitality, which is also something that you really don't want to have happen. He walked through 2 Capcom traps, gets injured as a result, but manages to walk away and just close out the round in the end there. So well played by him and by the rest of Vitality for forcing themselves through that kitchen, going and forcing themselves to go for trades. And we're going back to the Aviator in games now. A site that has yet to be won by the side of Team Secret. A Nitro spawn peek is attempted. That is going to be right on the head of Rice there. probably did not see it coming, or no one out there to cover him. That is definitely going to be very helpful here.
That is huge because it was Rise last time when they were defending Aviator from underneath to do a lot of damage with those grenades. So this time no more grenades left on the hands of Vitality. None of the other players actually brought any grenades or have the opportunity to bring grenades in this matter. So they won't be doing that vertical damage that they were so successful with last time. They still have P4 though, with all these RCE Meteor charges, can get a lot of information, can also get some utility. Manages to detonate it right before Slevin is able to shoot it down. Now, defenses of Secret have shifted a little bit as they now put ADSs on the red stairs, acknowledging that the push from Vitality is mostly coming from the Statuary and Aviators, sorry, Statuary and Trophy site. So
yeah, some Jammer.
Having someone on top red helps a lot.
Yeah, there's a Mute Jammer there as well that stopped the RC from actually anchoring in and destroying that shield. That is something they will struggle with. Need to get a Twitch drone in position to actually get rid of that shield or the Mute Jammer instead. Bibu picks up the kill to Sleben. That is going to be a very great help. And as the Twitch drone now clears out a piece of utility here onto the brown stairs, they also know no one is currently playing there. It is free. There is just someone with their back towards the 90 corridor, and someone needs to quickly get into a position. The question, however, is there someone able to strike upon that? RC Retiros are being sent in. Bibu continues to draw their attention in. The Shinken now is about to swing right around the corner, but the player just came back into the brown stairs. It's Comfy right at the right timing to shut him down, to stop this push from happening. As the Selmas get deployed, it is Cactus on a tight angle, hoping that it is going to be Comfy to go aggressive here.
And that was huge, because if they wouldn't have stopped Shinka, he might have actually been able to pick up 2 kills on the players on that long hallway there. So good control coming out from the players of Secret. So now able to hold onto the top of the main stairs a bit longer. They were doing some shots on Packbull, actually getting a kill, but being traded off right away by Comfy. Kendria finds himself injured as well. Comfy now on low HP gets taken out by P4, so a technical 1v2 situation for Keenan. This is very familiar terrain for him, as he's found himself in a 1v2 situation right on that exact same spot before. However, this time he's probably able to pick up counter, so has some assistance to help him out to play that 2v2.
And I probably see that trail of blood in just a couple of seconds, and they will be aware that someone is down on about 20 HP. There's one more magnet left. There's 3 flashbangs in pocket for B4. They could definitely use that to blind those players inside the vault, but it looks like they might be going for a synchronized push here. The flashbangs are about to be coming out. They're going to be rushing into right behind the bar. It looks like to go for that plant. And P4 is getting in a position where he could go for a potential cover here. Spots out one player, needs to find a second as a Nitro does fly over. The plant is already down. 45 seconds left on that clock. He gets the very first, needs to find a second now. It's a soft wall that he runs past, but unfortunately is not picked up by Kendrew. Reloads that Vector, goes for the fight. He has a high rate of fire gun. There is some verticality he needs to worry about, but as the plant and the counter defuse is coming down right around now, P4 needs to swing, finds the kill, and it's Vitality that win yet another round.
And that was a huge round coming up from them as well. It was unfortunate that Kendry wasn't able to toss out that C4 a little bit earlier, because it was tossed right after the player had finished the diffuser there. So would it have been 1, maybe 2 seconds earlier, then that might have been a completely different round. I feel like there were a lot of factors in this round that if this wouldn't have happened, there were a lot of different factors. I mean, we were talking about the player coming up on the lobby stairs.
Yeah.
If they wouldn't have stopped Shinka in that process, Shinka might have picked up a double kill on the hallway and the round would have gone a lot smoother for Vitality. I did like to see the adaptation coming out from Secret. They realized there was a push coming mainly from Trophy and Statuary, so they put some utility on the red stairs, but unfortunately Sleben wasn't able to live very long there, so not a lot of control they were able to.
No, definitely not. And you know, it's just a you would say luck factor, but not really in the end, of course. Comfy was instructed to fall back, and he was just at the right place at the right time there. But you just said it. It could have been a very quick round if he was still downstairs. It could have been a complete side control given over to Vitality, who still managed to take it in the end. 4-1 currently. Nitro just delayed this time. The plant actually did go down, and 45 seconds and a 1v2 clutch. Well, that is some time to work with, as I believe that might be a double frost. Yeah, it is. Yep. That is to stop a quick rush to come through from that window, because that sometimes does get executed by some of these teams.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Vitality was to go for
I wouldn't be surprised at this point as well. It's round 6 is their last opportunity to go for a quick round. They have shown to be willing to do so a couple of times already. And it would just be detrimental if 2 of them just fall into a frost mat after they all push the same side.
Yes, but last time he was able to rush here on another side, and he didn't end up in a frostbite either, so Maybe this time they'll be looking out for those frostmats, just like they did last time. He finds himself onto the windows once again, real aggressively. So I hope it's not just as easy as a window hop in and a rush onto the site. P4 is also using an RC Reserve Charge to open up that basement. Gomphy is also finding himself right in that basement there, so as soon as he's going to get pressured from a player from underneath, that might be very unfortunate for his positioning. Finds himself at the bottom of the Astro stairs, the back stairs. It's not able to hold off P4 if he might go for a push there.
He is.
He is indeed going to.
He's going downstairs, potentially deploying another drone, trying to find out where the player is, as Rise is currently in the bathroom. Bibu taking control of the bedroom and hoping to take concrete soon. This Vitality definitely putting up some of the pressure here onto the direct site. Now, with that player being downstairs, actually 3 in total, they need to come up at some point. Only one of the staircases is currently being covered off, and the first phone calls are starting to come in and grenades are being tossed through. The question is, Vitality going to be able to just quickly take control of the site here as C4s are coming in from below as well?
A single C4 being used here. Gomphy doing a lot of damage onto Rise, but not just enough to win the gunfight. It's P4 to stop him from getting back to a safer position. P4 with the official opening kill onto Gomphy, so the advantage on the side of Vitality, even though Rise and Cactus are on lower HP. Looking at the utility coming out for the defenders, there's no more C4s they have to be playing around with, so they have to win the solely of the gunfights. Kendra now finds himself all the way around Statuary together with Kendra, but Kendra's being taken out. Now he's able to open up onto the site, walk in, pick up 1 kill, couldn't pick up a second as he gets raided right away. It's Slevin to go injured and down. Pack will find himself in a 1v2, finds 1. It's been a 1v2, but there's smoke arrows coming out too. Still a minute left to play, so a lot of time for the players of Vitality to sort it out, spot his position, and win the gunfight.
Don't know where he is. Of course, there's a shield right behind that deer, and the deer is not bulletproof at all. It shouldn't get to come right around the corner with the F2. He's go for that pre-fire. Spotted him rotating out and went for the kill, eventually finding it as well. And that leaves us in a very convincing first half here for Team Vitality. It is a 5-1. That is even better than the scores we've seen on Bank. And it's them this time that are leading. It's them that have the opportunity to bring us to a map number 3 with quite some conviction here. As Team Secret hasn't been able to find much success onto their defense whatsoever. But now they attack themselves. You see a line, you see a Finca. That might indicate a fast push coming through as well. But by revealing it already, it is Vitality that should be aware of this as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you would expect them either to 6-pick a Finca or like a Lion if you really want to rush and you don't want the enemies to know, but you might also want the enemies to know that you're rushing or just try and completely do something else. Looking at the incident coming out, there is a set of nades, 2 sets of nades actually, so they can also do some damage from underneath if they're willing to, onto pivotal positions like a player in vault, like a player behind the bar, holding down lines of sight towards main stairs, but it was all the way on the other side of the map, putting a Banshee on these Astro stairs. In case any of the players tries to take control onto that side or tries to sneak up on there, they might get spotted out easily. That is indicating to me that Vitality might have a very horizontally spread out roam. Because if you're going to have to hold control over Astro, you at least have some kind of information that someone's pushing up your stairs.
Yeah, for sure. They need to have that indication and are looking to find it as well. Cactus, of course, playing on his Maestro. Operator, he basically plays 99% of the time, I believe, in defense. It's rare we don't see him use it at least once in the game. Sidra, they're opening up quickly here on the trophy side of things, the statuary side of things. And they open up quick, but they aren't quite pushing or rushing yet. There's drones being called off. I believe that is a Mew Jammer into the bathtub. It's quite smart, actually, because it's hard to get rid of if it is indeed placed in that location. I believe you need to get a grenade in, because even a Twitch drone is not going to be able to reach that one. Nope. So smart usage there, which makes the bathroom basically unpassable for drones and forces them to focus their attention on concrete instead.
Yeah, and they're really trying to take that control right there, especially even with the Vitality players already around the trophy and Statuary site. They're really looking to still take a lot of control there. They see this horizontal push from this side of the map as an essential part of the strategy. The drone's not really spotting out the position of Rise. Rise, however, shoots it down, so his position is also known to the attackers now. Lion Scan coming in simultaneously with the Finca boost, so that should indicate that they might start pushing anything in a few seconds' time. P4, however, not really doing any damage so far, as Rise takes some damage, potentially from a grenade that was tossed at his position.
Well aware there's still a player right around the showers there and knows that one is coming up for the repel, so needs to drop instead P4. His position is no longer safe. Packbull takes a small amount of damage from another player out there. Drones are being spotted as well as Rise is the first victim of this round. He gets injured, but is still alive, still able to rotate out. And as the E1D pops, his position is being given away and he gets zapped to death by the Twitch drone there from Sleben. But it's not the side. It's not the side at all. They still need to go all the way to the other side of that building. As Gumpy's creeping around in the kitchen, he might be aware of the fact that one is indeed in that basement and it's just going to be a 50-50 gunfight. No, actually, he's looking to hold the angle, but he's going a bit too aggressive right here. He's about to swing and it seems like they might be aware as he just falls back. Now P4 has gotten a small sound cue there, which has saved his life. There is, of course, a man disadvantage here on the side of Vitality, but only 40 seconds left and Bibu right behind the shield on the strategy table. This could still as well go Vitality's way.
And they're now rotating towards the side of Sunny to have some kind of control onto the position of Bibo. They have some players around Sunny that he's probably able to take care of them quite easily. He's now heading behind that shield. Smoke is coming out. Shin gonna pick up the kill onto Kendrick here. This is steps off the board. Now it's Comfy to pick up a kill onto Shinka and Sleben is 1-2. So it's a 4-2 situation. The control of Sunny has been really helping out so far. And now P4 finds himself in a 1v4 situation. No C4 to play with. Plant going down behind the shield. Players taking advantage of the shield as well to cover the plant and to hold off that singular doorway where P4 was coming back from. So another, the round 4 secret.
4 players around that position there. He really wanted to get the kill onto the one that was planting behind the shield. That was unfortunately for the defender this time, still up. And that means that the comeback has started from Secret, or at least they're trying to start it. It's the first round of many they need to find themselves in an equal position with Team Vitality. And it did so successfully here. Now, it was a 4-on-4, but after that, Vitality might have gone a little bit too aggressive. I'm going to say it again. At that time, the white swing out of the door, for example, when you knew one was at the window, it's going to expose you to 2 different angles, and you don't even know exactly where the player inside the doorway is outside of study. So, you know, just these unnecessary peeks sometimes, they cost them these rounds, or at least cost them kills, which you never know eventually how the round would have played out differently. 5-2, however, is still a big lead here for Team Vitality, and they're not opting to go to the same bomb site twice in a row. Instead, we will see the trophy and statuary. It's the area that fell first on the map after they lost one of their players early on by a Twitch drone that managed to zap Rise out of existence. Gonna have to make sure that they don't lose those early gunfights this time around.
Yeah, and last time I think the rotate was called by Secret on the exact right timing. You saw a lot of players rotate towards Sunny side to take Bibu off guard or get him off guard with the position he was holding behind that shield. Also very unfortunate for the players of Vitality was that P4 was pushed back away so far, and that Gomfu was literally holding him under fire onto that Astro stairs. It was really impossible for him to come back, and then later on with the kitchen dining stairs as well, it's really difficult to come back from that. And when you do come back and you find yourself in a 1v4 with no C4 to play with, that is very detrimental and almost impossible to win that out. So it will be difficult to win it out eventually. Like, the odds would probably be not in his favor for that matter. This time it's Secret to attack a different bomb site. They have to attack Trophy. Once again, they're looking for a very horizontal take, or at least a take coming from the other side of the building, but was already taking a little bit of damage.
Small amounts of damage is nothing too major yet here on the side of Bibu. He's, you know, remains to be alive and decides to rotate around here on the bottom floor to stay active. This time, Aviator Games falling first. It is the complete opposite of the round we have seen before so far. The question, however, is Vitality going to be the one to lose their first player again? Or are they able to dance around all these bullets coming in just a little bit longer? The answer is no. It's a grenade to come in from below. It's going to be the first kill that comes through. It's Rise that falls, and then Nitro gets tossed out in response, but unfortunately he's not able to find anybody. Drones are coming in. Bibu took the spot of his fallen teammate, but knows that he has to fall back before a second grenade is coming right around the corner. And now you see everybody on Vitality falling back. They know they need to hold the site. That is what counts most. 90 seconds still left on that clock. There's a player outside on the master bedroom balcony. And that is going to be the true pain here.
Yeah, exactly. The players outside the master bedroom balcony looking to take control over bedroom. So you got a split push going on. There's players switching from the study side as well as this master bedroom site. So for players all the way around statue, that might be a really difficult position to hold on to further. Scumfree now uses the Ana-Replicator to get some information, but that gets shut down quite quickly, so a lot of information he's been gathering with that so far. Cactus still has all 3 smoke canisters, so as long as he stays alive and the more seconds tick down, the stronger he will be with those smoke canisters still later on to the round. Shinka to use a C4 onto the Astro window, but not doing any damage to the rappelling player. V4 is also in a really good position. If they don't drone him out due to the mood jammer in the bathtub, he might get a really easy win there.
It's looking like P4 is looking to create some chaos here as he's about to swing in, gets the first with the SMG, the second as well. That's a diffuser drop that could be huge here for Vitality. They need to recover that one now. Smoke canisters are coming in to support him as his teammates fall. There's a kill coming on the other side as well. Shinka knows one is outside of the window. P4 has that diffuser, but he's all alone now. He needs to hold off this push as he rotates back into the concrete. 15 seconds left on that clock. They have no clue where he is. He could be anywhere near here. Gets the very first kill. Now has the opportunity to rotate out. There's just no time left. 5 seconds on that clock. They need to go for a plant on the side of Keenan, but he does not have the diffuser, and it's Vitality that will be winning it here for now, putting themselves up to a map point. 6-2. 4 opportunities to bring it to map 3.
Yeah, exactly. We saw another team be on 6-2, or last time it wasn't a 6-2, it was a 5-2 actually. So this is a better position that Vitality finds themselves in. They have 4 chances, like you said, to close this out to a map win. So we'll be 1-1 in map scores, and we will go to that final map. That was Cafe, so one more shot that Vitality needs to go to that final map. They're picking Aviator and Games as that potential side, which was previously won by Secret. Well, that was a attack that was coming from multiple sides, it seems, and no real rushes coming out so far from Secret. They're bringing operators to potentially perform a rush, but not necessarily happening so far.
All right, they're 6-2. Vitality looking to lock this one off a little bit better than Secret was able to lock off theirs. And that is a great way to go into a map number 3. I think that if you come in, right, with a 7-2 victory or a 7-3 victory at that case, it will always be more helpful to you going into a map 3 than it would be if we go all the way to OT. So Vitality, they want to lock this off as soon as they can here on Villa. And by the way that they're currently playing, it seems like they might be able to do so in one of the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, if they lock it up now, they've got the round advantage, obviously, and you would like to have it because obviously it's helping your mental and everything. The setup coming out from Vitality is quite interesting. Last time it was Secret to go for a full-on horizontal take 2, but you also see some Vitality being invested all the way around the main surge. So players of Vitality are expecting Secret to switch it up this time, but that isn't really what they're looking to do so far. Most players are situated around or outside master bedroom, looking for another horizontal push. This time some Vitality once again, and some players around that side of the map. A C4 being used really early. No damage being done to any of the Secret players. So that's a little bit of a waste of utility. If you look at the port, there's no more C4s left in the hands of Vitality.
Not indeed. Rise just walks by a player there on top of the bed, takes a small amount of damage as he rotates out. It's going to be enough for him to continue that round. Kendrew is, of course, not going to be happy that he wasn't able to pick up that kill, but, you know, in the end, it won't come down to just that. It's Bibu in the basement on a potential flank. It's Gomfi trying to drone out as his drone does get destroyed and information does get given away. They just got rid of the evil eye, and that might actually cause a flank to come through. However, it seems that Bibu is quite patient for now. It looks like he might be waiting until the final push is about to happen before he rotates back up to those stairs. He wants to be in a position where he can stop a plant from happening, just like we wanted to see the last time around. The shield was right into the way. And that's something he's looking to avoid this time around. He's just holding tight. He's holding patiently. As long as he doesn't get spotted out, he's in a prime position to, well, make sure they win this map.
He was playing that quite aggressive. And I mean, last time the players of Secret eventually went for the full-on rotate towards the office side. So they need to make sure that this time they won't be doing it towards the study side, I mean. They may need to make sure that the players won't easily gain control. So Rice is able to play in the position that he is still right now. Behind that shield, the shield gets taken away by a grenade, and Rice gets taken away by a grenade as well. It's Keenan to get the first opening kill here, but Bibu is now initiating a flank. I think players of Secret are actively watching him, so they are aware of his positioning. I thought so, at least, but this is out in the right timing. He might cause great havoc on the sides of Secret because They're not this far on to landing yet that he can put great potential with the flank.
They're just trying to wait. They're trying to figure out where the actual push is going to be coming from and when it comes through. That is when Bibu will be ascending these stairs and looking to make the flank happen. But instead, he's falling off. He's not quite sure where the push is going to be coming from, but he might be able to help P4 here. Indeed, he does. Gets that very first kill. The men advantage has been equalized for now, at least, as P4 rotates through. Bibu takes his spot onto those brown stairs. There is a player still repelled up here onto the study balcony, but the plant needs to be coming in soon. Packbull right behind the vault door is trying to do that now, but as he loses cover, it's going to be him that needs to fight through it now. The diffuser gets dropped, and it's only up to Kenru now, right onto the 90 hallway. He's going to be able to pick up one kill to start it off, but nothing more than that. It is a good house coming out, and his vitality that will bring us to a map number 3 on Cafe Dostoyevsky in just a small bit from now.
Yeah, exactly. So 1-1 in map score. So we will be going to our final and decider map on Cafe, where both teams will be battling out to remain in that upper bracket, and to only have to play one more match to find themselves into that big final, which you will have tomorrow.